Guys, this is hilarious. It's gotten to the point where it's funny again. Now, a lot of you might remember, who are old folks like me, the old movie Airplane. Well, it's literally like, so-and-so, I can't remember what the flight number it is, flight yada yada going to Knoxville will now be leaving out of gate A6, A5, A4, A3. Yeah, this reminds me of that movie. Look it up if you guys don't know. It's really funny. Anyway, once again, I have to get wheelchair assistance, and I hate that. But they're like, "Oh, it's just a skate over." I'm like, "Not happening." But what was really interesting is I went up to the first check-in person and said, "You know, it will take me a long time to get on. Do you want me to get on the first time or the last time?" And the guy who was standing there just kind of chatting, you know, who the airport employee, he turns to me and goes, "You remember me?" Nope. And he's like, "I'm the one that picked you up and took you off that airplane." I was like, "You remember me?" And he's like, "I wouldn't forget you." He said, "Honey, you weren't making any sense whatsoever. You were saying stuff. Because we could tell what you were saying, but it didn't have anything to do with what they were asking." So, apparently I collapsed 3 times, and it took 4 or 5 EMTs to get me down the steps, because thank God they took me down steps and not the gurney down steps. I really would have flipped out. I would have scared the crap out of me. But apparently my legs went out from under me several times, and they had to, you know, surround me to keep me up. So, obviously I did need to go, because it really could have been I didn't need to be sitting by myself like that. So, and at first I was blaming it on liability issues, but they really did need to see me. So for those of you patients who have those kind of issues, if they ask you to go and are pretty insistent, then you need to go. Even if it's nothing, as was the case with me. But it could have been one of those famous blood pressure drops, because those are the symptoms that I was showing. So fortunately it wasn't. But anyway, I have to get wheelchair assistance here in a minute. And thank you so much. They're very helpful. But anyway, Rodney, his name is Rodney, he said, "Now, are you going to behave yourself on this flight?" I said, "Well, sure." And he said, "Does this happen often when you fly?" It just kind of looked like. I said, "No, it's the first time and hopefully the last." And he said, "Well, I'm on this next flight and I'm going to be looking out for you." I thought that was very sweet. Anyway, I'm about to move gates again from A1, A2, A3, A4, all the way up to A6. Okay, updates to come.